Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that Berg Hockey Night. Matt Popchock back again at the Alpha Ice Complex inside the USA rink in Harmarville, Pennsylvania for game number 2 of our Berg Hockey Night doubleheader here on 10 Band TV, presented by Brian Mitchell and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Mitch joining us behind the controls tonight, and I am glad to be back with you for what should be a very entertaining nightcap as we shift gears from PIHL Class AA to Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class AAA, the top tier. We'll round out Week 5 as the North Allegheny Tigers visit the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings. And the Central Catholic Vikings began the second half-century of Pittsburgh Central Catholic hockey after their 50th anniversary season ended with a second-place finish in the Class AAA standings under the leadership of longtime head coach Bill Connolly. Connolly has since left to take the head job at Chatham University. In his stead, his longtime assistant and last year coach of Pittsburgh Central Catholic's junior varsity championship team, James Eller. And Eller has led the Vikings to 3 wins in their first 4 games to begin the 23-24 campaign. North Allegheny with an identical 3-1 record, so a pair of 3-1 teams hooking up tonight here, tied for the number 3 spot in the 11-team AAA circuit. Both teams coming off victories. North Allegheny coming off a beatdown of Cathedral Prep and a rematch of last season's Penguins Cup quarterfinal round at the Barrow Complex in Warrendale. Central Catholic has won back-to-back games. They beat Seneca Valley 5-2 on October 19th, and they beat Baldwin 6-3 on October 26th. And they're a very balanced team, the Vikings. 4 players with multiple goals, 12 players on the entire varsity roster with multiple points. Jake Oakwat, the varsity newcomer, has 4 assists, number 48 in off-white, warming up off to our right. That puts him in a second-place tie in the assist column in the Class AAA scoring race. And Griffin Lewis, number 18, and Evan Benscoter, one of this year's alternate captains, number 29, warming up off to our right, each have 2 goals and 2 assists. Benscoter, in fact, had a pair of goals in the Vikings' most recent win, the aforementioned decision against the Highlanders. Both these teams split the regular season series last season. Central Catholic beat NA 2-1 in this barn back on October 13th, 2022. Then in the rematch, the Vikings led 3-0 on goals by Noah Ritz, Anthony DeRazio, and Griffin Lewis. But back came the Tigers as Evan Perrott, who led the Tigers with 15 goals last season, got the game-tying goal with 46 seconds left in regulation, and Matt Irvin, who graduated, got the game winner in overtime for a 4-3 North Allegheny victory back on December 8th of 2022. And Perrott has yet to register a goal in the first 4 games of the regular season for North Allegheny. The erstwhile PIHL All-Star and alternate captain, number 55 in black and gold, warming up off to our left. North Allegheny under the leadership of second-year head coach Andrew Cease. And you got to respect a young man like Andrew Cease, who, number 1, had to step out of the shadow of Mike Bagnotto, the longtime coach and recent retiree, who led that North Allegheny program to a lot of success. And number 2, he's bringing a team into this season that literally graduated half of its roster. Trey Gallo is gone, Matt Irvin, I mentioned, is gone, and several other key players are gone. But Cease, in a recent interview with the Trib High School Sports Network, calling his team young and hungry, and his team has played hungry, winning 3 of its first 4 games and getting a lot of offense from its defense. Mark Joyson, the leading goal scorer for NA, number 1 in black and gold, 6 goals and 8 points to lead the team coming into tonight's contest. And in a moment, it will be the Tigers and the Vikings here on 10 Band TV, courtesy of Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Stay tuned.
Hey there, hockey fans. You already know 10 Band TV can stream live regional sports. But did you know you can also stream the best of the local music scene as well? Music from the 412 is live and streaming 24/7 on 10 Band TV. Watch music videos, concerts, and original programming free from the comfort of your couch. Featuring the best of music and artists from Pittsburgh and Western PA. Tune in today.
Both teams in their pregame warm-ups. The Tigers huddling off to our left. North Allegheny won last year's St. Margaret Fall Face-Off tournament in the preseason in this venue and eventually reached the PIHL Penguins Cup semifinals last season in Class AAA before bowing to eventual Penguins Cup champion, two-time champion Peters Township. North Allegheny getting a measure of revenge on the Indians last month by beating Peters Township in that team's home opener earlier in the regular season. And North Allegheny last year was the first team at the time to win the St. Margaret event despite losing once in round robin play. And lo and behold, this year's winner, Pine Richland, did the exact same thing. They fell to the Tigers, but did so in overtime. And that charity point was enough to put Pine Richland into the subsequent rounds of the tournament and keep North Allegheny from getting a chance to defend its title. Central Catholic reaching the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off semifinals in the preseason, beating Shaler and Mount Lebanon, taking an overtime loss to Baldwin, bowing in the semifinals to tournament winner Pine Richland. Central Catholic, a lot of Vikings fans I'm sure felt last year was their year, carrying that number 2 seed into the Penguins Cup playoffs, but alas, stubbing their toe in that first round game against Upper St. Clair, and Upper St. Clair went on all the way to the Penguins Cup final, running into that Peters Township buzzsaw. Well, the Tigers can certainly relate to that, and North Allegheny wins the opening faceoff and moves the puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin tonight's game. Anthony DeRazio over the attacking line for Central Catholic. DeRazio to goal. Score! Blink and you missed it! 1-0 Central Catholic. Anthony DeRazio's second of the regular season comes on the first shot of the game, the first shift of the game, 14 seconds in the period one. What a start for Central here on home ice. You know, it's a quick goal and we don't even get a chance to give you the goaltending matchup. We might as well do that right now. And it's a fascinating goaltending matchup. Thomas Puhala, the junior for Central Catholic, against the man you just saw get scored upon, Andrew Long. Long of NA and Puhala of Central Catholic, both top 3 in goals against average and save percentage in Class AAA coming into tonight's contest. You know, we had fire wagon hockey in the first game of our doubleheader. I came prepared for a goalie duel in this one, but no, not if the Vikings have anything to say about it, as they score 14 seconds in, and Long is forced to cover a puck at the side of the net to force a faceoff. Both coaches making some changes here before the draw to Long's left. His last appearance was that victory over Cathedral Prep at Barrel last Thursday. Picked up 20 saves and notching that victory. Long coming in 2-0 in 2 games played with a 150 GAA and 930 save percentage, ranking first and third respectively in those categories. Now Andrew Cease has found some goaltending depth despite graduating a PIHL All-Star, Rylan Murphy. Long definitely looks like a number 1 guy, or has looked like a number 1 guy through the first month of play this season. To the point it comes to Noah Logan, fires it just wide. From the corner, Gianni Locchiato to center point for Noah Logan. Logan snaps it to the corner again. From the boards, Brendan White. Sees it go the other direction. Jake Oakwat, the Central senior, sees it played up to center. And it's off a high stick, which is negated by Noah Logan. Tigers play it off a raised stick, a legal raised stick that is, that of Oakwat. And the puck is led for Mark Joyson. Joyson tied in goals and in points with 6 and 8 of those respectively. He tops the early Class AAA scoring chart as at the other end Puhala makes his first save of the game. Long sticking it aside at the near post. It comes to Jake Fritz defensively, and a lead pass to Ravi Desai. Desai behind the defense. Desai to the goal. Snapshot, save made, rebound. Oh, unable to find it was Brock Murphy, the junior defenseman. Ray Travato, the freshman blue liner, behind his own goal line, ices this puck for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. With 2:07 gone by in period 1. 1-0 Vikings on the goal 14 seconds in by Anthony DeRazio, who, as we said, had a goal the last time these teams met in regular season play. Clean face-off win by the Vikings behind their own cage. Nate Cox, the senior captain and defenseman, plays it up for Luke Gesso. Gesso, the junior, to the corner. Adam Sarkis going after the dump in, puts a body on one of the Tigers. That's Owen Logan, the NA captain. Loose puck on the doorstep of Andrew Long, and Long finally covers with one of the Vikings hacking and whacking, and that was the other number 6, Aaron Daly, sophomore forward for James Eller's Central Catholic Vikings. Face-off coming to Long's left. One cleanly by Central. From the point, it's into the glove hand of Long. And he'll force another face-off from the same spot. Now, that was a clever shot from the point by Nate Cox, who only has one goal through the first month of regular season play. But both these teams with some really good two-way hockey players, and both teams with players that do a lot of things right that don't necessarily show up statistically. And that's what makes Nate Cox such a good team captain in the eyes of his coach, James Eller. Bringing it over the blue line, Aiden Anthony for North Allegheny. Anthony stood up by Cox as it comes free to Evan Kerber. Kerber with 3 goals and 4 points coming in. Shot from distance, and that 45-footer is snatched off the ice by Puhala. Thomas Puhala, 101 minutes, 22 seconds of action as a junior thus far. 151 goals against, 950 save percentage. Has a shutout against Bethel Park to his credit. Took the loss in his last appearance as the Vikings bowed at Mount Lebanon on October 12th, but still made 30 saves in that effort for Central Catholic. Puhala second in both goals against and save percentage in AAA coming in. So again, 2 very capable goaltenders, which is something that we're used to seeing when these 2 teams meet up in PIHL play. Evan Perrott gets it inside Central Catholic ice as both teams are trying to make changes behind this play. Aiden Anthony ties up the stick of Noah Ritz. To the boards it goes. Slapped at by DeRazio. Floating puck all the way to the near boards. Tigers send it up, and it's sent towards center by Ed Shearer. And Brendan White, who usually plays on the line with Shearer, will help North Allegheny get this puck deep. Wilkoskis, White, and Shearer, one of the top lines this year for Andrew Cease, and Wilkoskis came up with a steal but couldn't get the puck cleanly on net. Vikings counterattack. Noah Ritz over the attacking line. Stood up by Noah Logan. Near side it comes to Desai. Desai surveys the play, leaves it for Shearer. Shearer crossing the blue line, crisscrossing with Wilkoskis, and shoots it off a North Catholic stick. Now, that was Travato, the freshman, who got in the way of that attempt. Wilkoskis ducking around a check. Out in front it comes Shearer, knocked from behind as he was trying to shoot that puck. Slap shot by Noah Logan, misses everything and everybody. Good cycle here by the Tigers. Looking for an answer early in the first, down by a goal. Wilkoskis, 4 assists to lead NA coming into this game. He was one of the top 5 in that category last season as a freshman. He really burst onto the varsity scene as a PIHL player. Wilkoskis tied for second in Class 3A in assists coming into tonight's contest. And it's brought over the attacking line by Desai of North Allegheny. Desai off the stick of Travato. Jake Fritz pinching to keep that puck moving for North Allegheny. It comes free to Travato one more time. Up the near boards. Off a North Allegheny stick again. Desai got in the way for Joyson. Joyson shooting just wide. He snapped it from above the left circle, but couldn't hit the target. Desai settles down this bounding puck off the boards. Centering pass. Desai has it. decide to go off balance shot, save made Puhala. Rebound steered wide. A good support there defensively by Josh Moline, the senior alternate captain. Great shift here by North Allegheny as it comes out in front. Moline steals, and Moline trying to take matters into his own hands for the Vikings, who are under siege here suddenly. Owen Logan, the North Allegheny captain, trying to catch the Vikings in a bad change. He snaps it from distance, save made, and the rebound cleared. A good work there by Billy George Jr. At center it comes to Nick Gesso. And he tries to get their transition game going again. Snapshot is put wide by Logan Serqua. Serqua set up the lone North Allegheny goal in this building the last time these teams met in the regular season. That was a Central Catholic victory last October. And Serqua centers at this time for Enquan High. High is dispossessed. Too many off-white jerseys in the way of the North Allegheny junior as the Tigers retreat to play this puck deep in their own end. It comes near side to Tyler Bianchin. Bianchin in the corner. Dances around the official and leads it up ahead. This one-touch pass by Serqua misfired. Vikings ice the puck legally and make a line change with 10 to go in the first period. 1-0 Central Catholic on a goal 14 seconds in by Anthony DeRazio. Vikings have it one more time. Here's Nate Cox over the attacking line. To the corner it comes. Played off the bounce by Judah Barofi. Bodies getting tangled in behind the North Allegheny goal line as the puck comes to the corner, and the Tigers will skate it up to center. Perrott, left side for Kerber. Kerber crisscrossing with Perrott. Good poke check there by Cox. And the Vikings have numbers as the Tigers scramble to get back. Centering pass is thrown behind Noah Ritz. Oh, that's a break for NA. Lead pass for Kerber. Kerber couldn't get it around Nate Cox. Cox on his backhand to the corner. In behind the net it comes. Locchiato up ahead to Kerber. Kerber goes after his own chip in. Kerber, bottom of the left circle, forces a bad angle save from Puhala. Approaching the midpoint of this first period with Central Catholic holding on to a 1-0 advantage. Vikings deep in NA territory. Out in front, someone's calling for the puck. That's Gesso as it's put just wide. Oh, Daly was trying to smash in that rebound for Central, but it was not to be. NA comes back 2-on-2. Shearer has Brendan White driving the net. Can't go there. Instead, it comes free to Walkoskis. Walkoskis unable to hang on to that puck as the Vikings get it back to center red. White retreating defensively, and a penalty coming up against the Tigers. Interference, the indication. And it appears Pittsburgh Central Catholic, halfway through the first period, will get the game's first power play. Ed Shearer, the NA sophomore, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. And Central Catholic goes on the man advantage, looking to double its edge here against the visiting Tigers. Central Catholic, a combined 1 for 10 in the month of October on the power play coming in, and they'd like to start reversing fortune on special teams now more than ever with a tough opponent in the building tonight. That shot from distance by Cox was blocked by Kerber. Out in front it comes, bouncing puck cleared. Good play there by Ryan Jackman, the senior and alternate captain. A minute 30 to go in the Central power play. Lead pass, that went off the stick of Brophy. And it comes conveniently ahead to George Jr. Cross ice for Noah Ritz. Ritz in the left wing circle, dropping for Nate Cox. Cox shooting wide of goal, and the rebound is put to the boards by Owen Logan. Kerber is going to get it the length of the ice for NA. A minute 10 to go now on the power play as Puhala leaves his net to cut off that puck and start the breakout for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Here's Nate Cox midway through the Central power play, shouldered from behind by the man for NA. That's Alex Dorsch in a penalty killing role here, for Andrew Cease's club, I beg your pardon. And as I untie my tongue, it's played at center red by DeRazio. DeRazio over the line trying to center for Brophy. It comes back to DeRazio. Now left for Donahue. Jay Donahue's shot was blocked. Joyson up ahead of the play, shorthanded for NA. Joyson takes this bounding pass through the right wing circle, hits the brakes in the corner and lost an edge. Now Joyson at least able to take some time off the penalty clock as we're down to 20 to go. Last rush for this Central Catholic power play. And Joyson creating all kinds of chaos in the corner as NA, it looks like, is going to kill this one off. Shearer has 1 foot over the penalty box as one of the Vikings went down at center ice trying to take that pass. And NA goes on the counterattack. Wilkauskas fakes, shoots, blocker save Puhala. And the teams are back to 5 aside with 6:20 to go in the first. Still a 1-0 game in favor of Central Catholic. Lead pass now for Aaron Daly. Daly 1-on-3, chips it into the far corner. Noah Logan outletting for Shearer. Shearer up for Wilkauskas. Luke Wilkauskas over the central blue line. Wilkauskas' shot blocked. Wilkauskas from a bad angle off the skate of Puhala as it comes to Locchiato. And a chance the other way for Daly. Aaron Daly, left wing circle, cross ice pass, shot put just wide by Moline. Oh, Moline had all kinds of net to shoot at but couldn't hit the target. That's a big break for NA, quite frankly. Everything there but the execution for the Vikings. 5:30 to go in the period. NA with 7 of the first 10 shots on goal in this hockey game, but Anthony DeRazio has the only one that counts as this puck is deflected just shy of media row.
You almost lost your broadcast.
We were almost RIP with still 5:18 to go in the first period of game number 2.
That was 4 inches from hitting the flat top.
4 inches from hitting the master control. We say hockey's a game of inches. We're not kidding. Somewhere, Todd Kaiserowski, our executive producer, is having quite a chuckle. He knows about those close calls as this backdoor play goes just wide. Central gets it back to center ice. Final 5 minutes of the first period, and here come the Vikings. Luke Gesso shoots it wide of goal. Lead pass intended for Jackman, took it off his skate, and it bounces right back to his teammate Owen Logan. Logan, the NA captain, turning around for Jake Fritz. Fritz unable to take that drop pass. Travato defensively gets worked over by Jackman. Travato fighting for possession. Good work by the varsity newcomer as Jackman backhands it for Perrott. Perrott over the goal and wide. Played from the boards and up to center. Settled down by Brock Murphy. Murphy cross ice for Aiden Anthony. Anthony for Evan Kerber. Kerber from distance. Steered aside by Puhala. Jackman in the corner. He's worked over by Aaron Daly. Vikings methodically play this puck to center ice. Judah Brophy driving the net as this shot from distance catches some friendly fire. Brophy putting it wide one more time. Puck out of play now near side with 3:48 to go in the period. Now this time they did see the puck go out of play. Now that was a roof job, I think. Did that puck make it all the way to the roof? Yes, it did, Brian Mitchell. My goodness. Gorham and Cobb, the Game 1 USA Hockey crew, staying on to officiate the second game, and they've dropped the puck as play resumes with 3:38 to go in the first period. Brendan White, cross ice for Shearer. Shearer on his backhand, pivots in the left wing circle, tries to go cross ice one more time, but too many Central Catholic Vikings in the way. Aiden Anthony losing an edge, and that allows Noah Ritz to come the other way for Central Catholic, but a good poke check there by Bianchin from his defensive spot. Shearer up for Wilkauskas. White driving the net. It comes to Shearer, now to White. Out in front, oh, a good read there by Puhala. He saw exactly the tic-tac-toe play that NA was trying to pull off down low, and Puhala cut it off and covered for the faceoff. Face off to Puuhala's right. Controlled by the Vikings defensively. Up to center it comes now for Jake Okwat. Okwat ridden into the boards by Lokiato. And Quan High up through center for North Allegheny. High with speed, right wing circle, fans on the attempted shot, now puts it off the side of the net. Around the boards for Surqua. Surqua to the point, snapshot, save made, and a loud one at that by Puuhala on the attempt from Noah Logan. Central Catholic in transition. Matt Weber, the junior defenseman, gets this puck deep. Weber to the corner, in behind the net. Vikings trying to operate quickly below the goal line, but North Allegheny is wise to it. A good keep there at the far blue line by Nate Cox. Out in front, Moline with a one-timer. Oh, what a save. Right place, right time, Andrew Long. And he'll hold for a face-off. Only the fourth shot of this first period by Pittsburgh Central Catholic, which leads 1-0, but you better believe they've all been quality shots. And that one nearly made it 2-0, but great anticipation by the NA senior. NA controls the own zone face-off. Up to Jake Fritz it comes. Fritz gains the red line and sends it around the boards. Ravi Desai at the half wall, anticipating, is blasted from behind by Travato. Inside the final 2 minutes of first period play, Tigers trail 1-0 and operate out in front as that backdoor play was broken up easily by the Vikings defense. Luke Gesso on one hand playing this puck. Good poke check there by Murphy. Up the boards it comes to Fritz. Fritz for Joyson. 3-on-1 for NA. Joyson, left side for Desai. Back for Joyson. In on goal. Save made. Rebound put wide. Neither team had any idea where that puck was. It was just hovering in the air right in front of Puuhala at the far post. Both teams making a line change here as Owen Logan has it for NA. Near corner, Nate Cox, the Central captain, up the boards. Jackman has his man bottled up, but the Vikings get it back to center. Evan Kerber over the attacking line for NA. Snaps it high off the glass, and it bounces off the back, of the goaltender's stick of Thomas Puuhala. And the net behind Puuhala has become partially dislodged, but officials haven't called it yet. Final 45 seconds of the first period. North Allegheny continues to pressure. Jackman up high. Shot. That caught a piece of one of the Vikings in front. I think that was Jack Marcello who got in the way. Bianchin keeps it alive at the right point for NA. Half a minute to go in the period. Aiden Anthony deflecting it on goal. And that puck is blocked and settled down by Travato. Given away to the Tigers. Down low, it's intended for Kerber. Instead, Donahue is going to get there defensively for Central Catholic. Kerber with it. Wraparound try out in front. Bouncing puck gloved and held by Puuhala. 12.8 ticks to talk. And finally, they'll fix the net behind the Central Catholic junior. Both teams making one last wave of changes, perhaps, before the period expires. Now, Thomas Puuhala appearing for the first time in his PIHL career against these NA Tigers, weathering an early storm and helping his team preserve a 1-0 lead with 5 seconds left in the period, while Koskis retreats, hangs on to this puck, and that'll be that. Your score through one here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Pennsylvania is Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 1, North Allegheny Tigers 0. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching Berg Hockey Night live on 10 Band TV, presented by Pittsburgh Hockey Digest.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented Heads Up Sports Training System. Improve your reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
Well, we just saw Tyler Kennedy, and we've got one team in black and gold anyway. The North Allegheny Tigers visiting the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings, who lead the Tigers 1-0 as we get ready for second period play here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville. Matt Popchock with you, Brian Mitchell behind the controls tonight for a special edition of Berg Hockey Night on 10 Band TV, presented by Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Week 5 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League regular season winding to a conclusion here on this Thursday night. The nightcap has been an entertaining one thus far. 10 first period saves on 10 North Allegheny shots by junior Thomas Puala of Central Catholic. Anthony DeRazia scoring on the first shot of the game for either team, 14 seconds in for the only goal of period 1. North Allegheny praised for their first period effort by head coach Andrew Cease, but despite that big penalty kill and despite that barrage of shots, trailing where it counts as the second period has commenced. And the Tigers continuing to saw wood here as they work the puck down low, side of the net. Wilkoskis trying to go out in front to White, but White was too well marked. Doug Berthold, the senior, applying pressure for Central Catholic as the puck comes back into the Viking zone. Near side, Shearer is spun off that puck by Travado. Moline defensively from the corner. Up to center for Oakwad. Oakwad resetting to his defense. Two-line passes broken up by Barack Murphy. And NA tries to get a counter going. Murphy over the blue line for North Allegheny. For White. White backhanding it behind everything and everybody. Billy George Jr. from the side of the net. Trying to clear his own zone. Couldn't. Tigers make an early line change as the Vikings figure out what they want to do with this puck. It comes near side of Berthold. Berthold cross ice. That pass taken in stride by Oakwad. Oakwad in behind the NA cage. Finally lost the puck to Desai, who plays it behind the net for his defenseman, Tyler Bianchin. Bianchin with a man staring him down. And that's Noah Ritz as it comes all the way in on goal at the other end. Puhala not taking any chances. So we get our first face-off, a minute 35 into period 2. Once again, 10-4 the first period shot totals, which favored the Tigers. Anthony DeRazio, the senior, with his second goal of the regular season. That's the difference maker thus far. One-timer off the face-off is off a skate. Bianchin put all kinds of muscle into that shot at the left point. Bianchin has it again for the Tigers. To the half wall for Jackman. Jackman in front, deflected just wide. Oh, Kerber from his knees was trying to knock it in behind Puhala. Penalty coming up against the Vikings. Backdoor play. Score! Somebody get that monkey off Evan Perrot's back. The senior is finally on the board this season for the NA Tigers, who have tied it at 1 with 15:02 to go in period 2. North Allegheny equalizing on the delayed penalty call. Perrott with 15 goals last season to lead the NA Tigers. Had yet to register one in the first month of PIHL play this year. And he can put an end to that narrative as he gets a big one here for the Tigers in Harmarville. Lots of time left in this second period. Well, like I said, Andrew Cease liked his team's effort in period 1, and the Tigers credit them for continuing to play their game and not panic despite being on the wrong end of that first period scoreline. From the corner, Sarkis of Central Catholic trying to go out in front, but NA had that well defended. Kerber gains the red line and dumps it in. Tigers change on the fly as Donahue skates behind his own net. Tigers come up with a steal. In the corner is Jackman. Jackman ridden off the puck as it's cleared right in front by George, and George has iced the puck for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. James Eller gonna change things up here before the face-off in his own zone. It comes to the right of goaltender Puhala. And a clean face-off win defensively by Nate Cox, the Central captain. And this is going to be no icing. They're saying that Murphy should have played that puck. Oh, weird bounce there right in front of the Tigers' goal. Is picked up in flight by Owen Logan. Logan trying to lead it for Enquan High. Nothing doing. Vikings have it at center. Berthold, cross ice. Moline trying to shot pass for Berthold, who is down low. Save made, rebound, put just wide by Berthold. Oh, he knows he had a partially open net to shoot at and couldn't work it around Andrew Long. And Berthold kind of hung his head after that misfire. And coming the other way for North Allegheny, Alex Dorsch. Surqua and Dorsch have to tag up and get back on side, and Dorsch not happy about something as he comes off for a line change. Lead pass to Berthold. Berthold toward goal. Bouncing puck is settled down and ushered along by Andrew Long. Lead pass for Brendan White. White across the line for Walkoskis. Walkoskis knocked off the puck. Got to stick tied up with Donahue. Play continues. Central in transition for Noah Ritz. Ritz from distance into the protective netting, and play whistled dead with 12:53 to go to the ice cut. Vikings and Tigers tied at 1 here in Harmer Township. DeRazio for Central Catholic, Perrott for North Allegheny. Face-off controlled by the Vikings from just inside the blue line. It's snapped off the boards by Donahue. Giving chase to the opposite corner is DeRazio. Out to center it comes now for Shearer. Vikings played off a deflection. Near side for Noah Ritz. Aiden Anthony for North Allegheny. Beyond center red. Anthony bodied off that puck, but backing him up is Brandon White. White circling back in his own zone, helping the Tigers reset the play. Now the Vikings taking all kinds of space away from North Allegheny's attack, and they put this puck back to neutral red. North Allegheny going D to D, and near side it'll come now to Jake Fritz. Fritz was spaced on the left side, shoots off the body of Donahue. Good gap control there by the junior. Judah Brophy trying to counterattack for Central Catholic, but he can't find that puck. Walkoskis in transition for Rene. Luke Walkoskis knocked off the puck cleverly by Weber. And the Vikings will clear it, and this will be icing against Central Catholic with 11:41 to go. And DeRazio having words with Gianni Locchiato, as Locchiato's going to stay on for the ensuing faceoff here for Andrew Cease. To the corner it comes, up the boards for Desai. Desai unable to keep it inside the offensive zone. Here come the Vikings. Daly from distance forces a save at the side of the net from Andrew Long. Joyson through center, has Desai up ahead. Joyson going to keep it himself though, as Desai just gets back on side in time. Joyson to the goal, lost it at the last second. And Joyson just ran out of room there. Mark Joyson with it again though for the North Allegheny Tigers. Drop pass, backhand attempt by Ravi Desai is deflected out of play. Mark Joyson, the junior, like another forward out there. He's rostered officially as a defenseman on our official North Allegheny roster, but with Trey Gallo eating up so many minutes and producing so much offense for this team last season, Joyson, an example of one of the many players that are finally getting out of the shadow of the guys who graduated last year, as Puhala covers in the crease for another face-off in Central Catholic ice. And Cease believes that's part of why the Tigers have played well early in the season. They have so many guys who are finally getting their chance after sort of riding shotgun to all those talented seniors from last year, and they're hungry to make the most of their chance. And Joyson's certainly done that with a nice start to his season. And officials discussing the whereabouts of this face-off, Again, it's Gorham and Cobb, the USA Hockey crew, sticking around for both games of the doubleheader tonight here in Harmarville. Vikings shoot this puck from distance off the glove hand of Long, who was unable to hang on. And a hard hit by Adam Sarkis on one of the Tigers. That was Kerber who took the worst of that one. Perrott gets knocked to his stomach. Penalty coming up. The trailing official calls it. Tripping the indication with 10:41 to go in the second period. And it's Aaron Daly who will be penalized for the third time this season. North Allegheny going on the power play for the first time in this game, in a 1-1 game with 10:41 to go in period 2. Not much to write home about for the NA power play either. 1 for 5 combined through the month of October. Both teams trying to correct some special teams woes early in the season. Find that right chemistry and combination. Now, the only power play goal by the Tigers thus far belongs to Ryan Jackman. And Jackman is out there on this first power play unit as the Tigers operate and shoot this puck from the right circle. That's Walkoskis pulling the trigger and forcing the save from Puhala. 1:30 to go in the power play. Joyson snapping it on goal. Vikings trying to locate that loose puck. Tigers have it. Side the net, it's put through the blue paint by Kerber. Oh, a glorious chance there by NA on the 5-on-4 as Joyson recovers at center ice. Owen Logan under duress from Moline. Vikings, middle of the pack on the penalty kill, coming in at 86.7%, good for 5th in the 11-team AAA classification. 1:05 to go in the power play as Joyson has it for NA for Walkoskis. Walkoskis side the net. Oh, there were two Tigers there, but they were both well covered, and I don't think either of them saw that pass coming. Midway through the power play for NA. Owen Logan for Luke Walkoskis. Walkoskis hits the brakes. Near side for Logan. Logan couldn't handle that pass. That's a break for Central. Tigers have to tag up. 40 to go in the power play. Walkoskis now has trouble handling that puck on the uncut ice. Walkoskis with it now for the Tigers. Settles it down. Walkoskis, all kinds of time and space. Just hanging onto it above that right circle. Side of the net for Perrott. Oh, deflected in front. Save made. Rebound. It's loose and cleared. Good work there by Donahue right on the doorstep of his own goaltender. Last rush for the NA power play. Walkoskis trying to center for Perrott, who had the game-tying goal in this period earlier for NA. Perrott, left wing circle. Penalty coming up against Central Catholic again. North Allegheny is going to get another power play as Daly leaves the penalty box. It's touched by Nate Cox. And so that Central Catholic PK has to go back to work as we near the midpoint of the period and the game. Tripping the indication against the 2023 All-Star, Noah Ritz. And so will the second time be the charm for NA on the PP. 1-1 your score, 8:37 to go to the ice cut. Here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Matt Popchock glad to be with you for this battle of Class AAA contenders in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. Walkoskis for Mark Joyson. Joyson off the body of his man in front, Evan Kerber. NA recovers from the friendly fire, and Walkoskis has it one more time for Joyson. Near side for Owen Logan. Logan monitored all the way by the other number 6, Aaron Daly. Tigers work this puck around the perimeter, but it's cut off by DeRazio, and DeRazio, with a little help from his friends, gets it by down the ice, and it's settled down by Andrew Long up for Owen Logan. Central Catholic changing penalty killers as this puck comes not quite outside the zone. Good keep there by Logan and Walkoskis at the far point. Walkoskis trying to kick it to himself. He can't. It's pushed outside the area by Jake Oakwat. 1:05 to go in the penalty to Noah Ritz. Walkoskis brings it through center. Lead pass for Perrott. Perrott, snapshot. That missed everything and everybody. A convenient rebound there to Daly, and Daly comes back shorthanded for Central Catholic. Aaron Daly on one hand. Daly to the goal. It's off the glove hand of Long. as Joyson was with him all the way, and Joyson gets shoved from behind by Daly as Joyson was kind of grabbing at his stick. Wilkauskas with it for NA. Wilkauskas dropping for Joyson. Joyson trying to dance around Andrew Daly with 30 to go in the power play. Drop pass for Owen Logan. Logan reels it in, goes cross ice for Joyson. Joyson down low for Wilkauskas. Wilkauskas for Perrott. Evan Perrott from the half wall. 15 to go in the power play. Joyson cross ice for Wilkauskas. Wilkauskas fakes a shot. Well, just too many passes here for NA as Joyson plays to keep it alive at the right point. Joyson for Wilkauskas. 3 seconds to go in the power play. Wilkauskas down low. Out in front it comes for Perrott. Perrott couldn't handle the pass. And the net behind PIHL is off its moorings. Back-to-back penalty kills by Pittsburgh Central Catholic to keep it a 1-1 game with 6:36 to go in period 2. And again, that NA power play maybe getting caught trying to do just a little too much there on that last opportunity. From behind the net, Nate Cox up the boards. Underneath the stick of Berthold. Tigers have it at their own blue line. Near side, Aiden Anthony retreating. Anthony plays it dangerously in front of goal. Oh, that could have been disaster if Berthold had gotten a hold of that puck. Desai couldn't get around the poke check of Travado. Cross ice it comes now. Vikings play it off the glass and off the glove of Ravi Desai. Bianchin keeping it in at the right point for NA. For Perrott, now back to Bianchin. Bianchin snapshot, good save there by PIHL. With under 6 to go in the period, Bianchin between the circles for Desai. Now Perrott has it on, or Brendan White I should say, has it on his backhand. Shot from distance. Desai got in the way of that one inadvertently, and he tries to fight for this rebound, which eventually comes to Doug Berthold. Gesso for Berthold. Berthold wanted to come off for a line change though. And the Tigers have numbers as they come over the attacking line, but they are offside. Now that's a bit of a break for the Vikings, who didn't complete that change entirely on time. Vikings win the faceoff just outside Central Territory. Noah Ritz chasing this puck. Owen Logan's going to get there first. Logan off the dasher boards and up to center. George inside the NA blue line from distance off the stick of Andrew Long. Near corner it comes to Logan. Logan up to Surqua. Surqua for Nquan High. High to the corner. Alex Dorsch giving chase for NA. Dorsch has it for the Tigers. Dropping it cleverly for Nquan High. High misfired on that attempted pass across the ice to Brock Murphy, however, and the Tigers have to tag up. Central taking advantage of that miscue by NA to play this puck just shy of the red line as one of the Vikings is knocked down from behind. James Eller, I think, wanted a call on that one, but none forthcoming. Surqua getting this puck deep as the Tigers change on the fly with 4:20 left until the ice cut. Central Catholic 1, Tigers 1. Well, the goalie duel we predicted just might come to fruition after all. Both netminders really settling in after that fast start by the Vikings. Oakwat for Central Catholic is chased down by Jackman. Puck comes free to Noah Logan. Noah Logan near boards. Gave it away to Nate Cox. Cox firing that puck between the circles. It's blocked between the circles by Locchiato. Evan Kerber on the off wing. Kerber driving to goal. Kerber put it off the body of PIHL, and it went in behind the net. Up to center it comes. And somehow accepting that pass is Oakwat. Oakwat trying to protect that puck with his big physical frame. As it comes across the ice. Kept in by Matt Weber, or was it? No, Weber couldn't hang on. Here's Perrott, the North Allegheny goal scorer. One-on-one with Cox. Toward goal, save made, rebound, save again, and they score! Evan Kerber would not be denied. 2-1 North Allegheny, 3:12 left, second period. Kerber's fourth of the season. And the senior just, with a last-ditch effort, smashed it in underneath the prone Thomas Puhala.
Get it back, boys.
You know, the Tigers in the second period, you sense really being rewarded for their determination, even though this is still very much a hockey game with 3:10 to go until the ice cut here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township. Bouncing puck out in front, and the Vikings nearly got it right back, but Daly couldn't take that centering pass on Andrew Long's doorstep. Daly fighting for possession in the corner, loses that puck battle as it comes free to Bianchi defensively. Now Daly with it again for Central as he's bumped into the glass by a North Allegheny defenseman. Tigers bring this puck through center. Ed Shearer to the corner. Shearer knocked down from behind as he was trying to play that puck up the boards. Snapshot by Anthony from the left point. That was blocked off the body of Adam Sarkis. Bianchin from center red. Cross ice for Aiden Anthony. A nifty one-touch pass, but Shearer couldn't take it. Well, Koskis under pressure from Daly. Goes cross ice. And up it comes now to Brendan White. White over the attacking line for the Tigers. White, right wing circle, firing wide. From the point, Anthony off the blocker hand of Puhala and out of play. That might have gone in if Puhala hadn't got that right hand out there. Final 2 minutes of period 2, and it's a 2-1 lead for North Allegheny here. Pittsburgh Central Catholic looking for its third straight victory in PIHL 3A play. North Allegheny trying to make it 2 in a row here on the road. Vikings win the faceoff to the boards. Jake Fritz out in front. Desai couldn't handle that pass, and Central has a 3-on-2. Brophy pulls up, shoots, it's blocked. Jake Fritz got in the way. Save made, rebound just wide of Andrew Long. Oh, Noah Ritz unable to smash that one home. North Allegheny now with a 3-on-2 as Joyson drops for Desai. Now he's trying to go down low to Joyson again and drew a penalty in the process. Robbie Desai was knocked down in the left circle, and I think that's what this USA Hockey crew saw with a minute and a half to go in the second. Brophy gonna sit for roughing, so barring a goal, North Allegheny will begin the third period with 31 seconds of power play time as Brophy visibly upset in the Central Catholic penalty box. Now the official giving the explanation to Andrew Cease, he's saying it was for head contact. As the Vikings get a clear to begin their penalty kill. Vikings 2 for 2 on the PK, killing off successive penalties earlier in this period. Wilkoskis over the blue line for Rene. Wilkoskis from his knees. Around the boards. Joyson trying to get there in time, and he does just in the nick of time keep this puck inside the offensive zone. Joyson, right point for Wilkoskis. Wilkoskis, right wing circle. Makes his move, Wilkoskis poke checked, and a chance the other way, shorthanded for Central Catholic. Jake Oakwat to the goal. Oakwat shooting, save made, Andrew Long, his biggest stop of the night with 45 ticks to talk in the second period. And a steal by Moline. Moline shorthanded for Central. Moline backhands it, and a save is made by Long, who covers. Oh, what an effort there by the senior Jake Oakwat, looking for his first goal of the season. And Long going full extension to deny the Central Catholic youngster. And off the faceoff, the Tigers control with half a minute left in the period, a minute left in their power play. Owen Logan through center. Hits the brakes in the right wing circle, drops for Joyson, the pass too heavy. Wilkauskas backing up Joyson with 13 seconds left in the period. One last chance maybe for NA before the buzzer sounds. Wilkauskas shooting, save made off the stick of PIHL. 5 seconds remaining. Tigers have it again. Good poke check there to the boards by George. And so we will cut the ice at the Alpha Ice Complex, the USA rink to be exact, in Harmarville, Pennsylvania, with your score through 2 periods. The North Allegheny Tigers 2, the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 1. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching this special edition of Berg Hockey Night live on 10-Band TV, presented by Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Third period action coming up in just a little bit.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us.
I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
And thanks to Mount Washington Shop and Save and store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski for their continued support of PIHL coverage here on 10 Band TV. And special thanks to Brian Mitchell for being the man behind the curtain tonight for this special edition of Berg Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Game 2 of our Week 5 doubleheader, rounding out the 5th week of PIHL regular season play. It's a tight battle, as we anticipated it would be, between the North Allegheny Tigers and the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings, with the Tigers holding the 2-1 edge through 2 periods of play. You saw the PhD out-of-town scoreboard during the ice cut. We do have some finals for you. Morgantown 7, Ringgold 6 in overtime. Bishop Canevin over Central Valley 12-1. Earlier tonight, you saw Fox Chapel defeat Franklin Regional by a final score of 7-5, and you can watch that on demand on 10 Band TV and on the Pittsburgh Hockey Digest 10 Band TV channel. Or, yes, you can. Just wanted to make sure that I had the all clear to say what I just said. And that PhD channel, by the way, has everything that Pittsburgh Hockey Digest has done this season. So any game you want to see on demand, just go right there to the PhD channel on 10 Band TV. You'll see them as they are originally streamed live on the PhD YouTube, typically. And moving on with the rest of the out-of-town finals, Latrobe defeating Armstrong 6-1. Blackhawk over Westmont Hilltop 12-0. In progress, Chartiers Valley you saw leading comfortably over Richland. That game moved to the Ice Castle due to refrigeration issues recently at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center that caused the postponement of some South Fayette games, among those for other teams that used the facility. And Avonworth holding a slight 2-1 lead over Beaver at the Barrel Complex in Warrendale. Also at the Barrel Complex in Warrendale, Moon gets the first goal of the game against the Plum Mustangs. Here, as I said, it is NA2, Central 1. Tigers begin this third period with 31 seconds of power play time with which to work. And even though the Tigers were rope-a-doped in that first period by the early Anthony DeRozio tally, they just kind of stuck with it, and they kept on coming on and eventually got rewarded with goals by Evan Perrott, his first of the season, shaking off a tough early season goal-scoring drought. And Evan Kerber, the talented senior, with his 4th of the campaign, to give North Allegheny its first lead and only lead thus far. Both goaltenders, as I said, settling in. We anticipated this might be a defensive battle. These teams combining to allow only 17 goals total coming in. North Allegheny and Central Catholic. Central with 8 goals allowed as a team, which ties them as the #1 team defense in AAA. North Allegheny right behind them with just 9 goals allowed. And Central Catholic with just 1 power play thus far tonight, and that's been true to the way NA's been playing early in the season as well. Just 14 PIMs for NA coming in. They're the least penalized team entering November in the AAA classification. And North Allegheny could certainly use a special teams goal of their own here to create some breathing room, and space always at a premium when 2 talented teams in the top flight play against each other, as third period action is underway here at the Alpha Ice Complex inside the USA rink here in Harmarville, Pennsylvania. Luke Wilkoskis, as the carryover power play expires, has this puck and fires it on goal for North Allegheny. After he releases the puck, he goes careening into the boards. Puhala covering for a faceoff. So we get our first stoppage, 36 seconds in, and the face-off to PIHL's right. A pregnant pause here as Andrew Cease wants to complete his line change, and he won't have that luxury. Officials saying that the Tiger trio of White, Desai, and Shearer came on too late. Now the Tigers control the face-off in any event. And playing this puck at his own blue line is Kerber, who has the go-ahead goal for NA. Brock Murphy reaches back for this puck. Jackman retreating in his own ice. Tigers try to set up Jackman driving the net. Jackman too well shielded. Kerber to the corner. Nate Cox defensively for Central Catholic around the boards near corner. Jackman reversing the play for Kerber. Wilkoskis pivoting. And a 2-on-1 the other way, led by Josh Moline. Moline, toe drag, shoots, save made, into the side of the net. Oakwalt was trying to swat the rebound in out of midair, but couldn't. And a little bit of puck luck there for the Tigers in a 2-1 game. Early third period. The Tigers on their heels again as this save is made by Long, and the rebound kicked out of there off the attempted shot by Donahue. Tigers on the counterattack. Jake Fritz trying to center it for Joyson. Joyson too well covered. And a lead pass intended for Moline, who shoves Anthony from behind as Anthony cut him off. And Anthony plowed at center ice by one of the Tigers, or by one of the Vikings, excuse me. That's Judah Brophy. Bodies are flying out there in the neutral zone. And we are going to get a penalty here out of all this. And Central Catholic, for the fourth time tonight, going to send someone to the sin bin. And it's going to be Moline, slashing the indication against the alternate captain. Central Catholic, 3 for 3 on the penalty kill already. Has to go back to work on the PK one more time early in this third period. Trailing by 1. Clean face-off win by the Tigers to Joyson. Cross ice for Owen Logan. Logan for Joyson. Joyson for Wilkoskis. Wilkoskis snapshot, score! The sophomore goes bar down, and it's 3-1 North Allegheny with 14:53 to play in regulation. A power play goal by Luke Wilkoskis, his second goal of the season. Wilkoskis, such a talented playmaker, had such a great freshman season with the varsity club at NA last year. But he scores a pretty goal there on the power play. And North Allegheny gets that elusive PPG and a big insurance marker at that, as this puck is snapped wide by Gesso of Central Catholic. This going under the stick of George as it comes deep into Central Catholic territory. Donahue pressured from behind. Tiger steal, turnaround shot, score! From his posterior, Alex Dorsch makes it 4-1 North Allegheny. Oh, the tide is turning in Harmarville. The senior has scored for the first time this season. A pair of goals just about 20 seconds apart for the North Allegheny Tigers to open this thing up here early in the third period against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Dorsch knocked down as he shot that puck, shooting it practically from his hind quarters as one of the Tigers lost an edge at center ice, and Logan Serquan not happy with himself, as the Tigers are guilty of icing. Serqua having a good chuckle as he goes back to the bench. Tigers unable to hit on the home run pass, so the faceoff comes to the right of goaltender Andrew Long. And Long suddenly has some margin for error. Still a lot of time left in this third period. But North Allegheny, with its defensive style and defensive structure, that's been a part of its identity over the years, certainly going to make that an uphill battle for the Vikings. Jackman over the blue line. Jackman crossing for Anthony. Aiden Anthony puts it high and wide off the glass. In the corner it comes, and it's sent back to center. Settled down by Aiden Anthony for Perrott. Perrott didn't have the red line, and he ices this puck for North Allegheny. Now, this USA Hockey crew has had an eventful night, but I give them credit. I think that's a good call there on the icing. I've seen that neighborhood play, if you will, granted a number of times, and that time they didn't take for granted that the skater for North Allegheny had the red line. And the Vikings win the resulting faceoff, and from the point it comes underneath the glove hand of Andrew Long, Matt Weber just missing from just inside the blue line. 3-on-2 for NA. Shearer trying to direct that puck on goal. Could not. It comes to Welkoskis. Welkoskis. And Alex Dorsch scoring seconds apart. A backdoor play. Shearer unable to bury. Great save there by Puhala to give Central Catholic a bit of a lifeline here. 2-on-2 for North Allegheny. Welkoskis, off-balance shot. That caught the post. Luke Welkoskis finding metal but not mesh. Noah Logan retreating for the Tigers. To Locchiato. The younger Logan surveying the play, goes up to Locchiato. Now for Shearer. Shearer from 100 feet off the blocker hand of Thomas Puhala. Lead pass now for Berthold. Berthold going in after this puck on the corner. NA is going to get there first. Locchiato unable to clear. Snapshot by Brophy. Bouncing puck almost found its way to Moline's stick, and that would have been an easy tap-in goal. Owen Logan, lead pass to Desai. Desai checked up high at center ice, and the central player taking a whack at Ravi Desai from behind. That's Ray Travato. And Travato's lucky he didn't get a penalty there. Very lucky, I think. Not a smart play by the freshman, but he gets away with it that time as Joyson brings the puck over the line for NA. Drop pass. Glove save! Oh, a pretty stop there by Puhala on Logan Surqua with under 12 to go in the third period. And a pregnant pause before the face-off in Central Catholic ice to the left of goaltender Puhala. Sarkis taking it for the Vikings against Enquan High, and Sarkis won that face-off and sent it back to center ice. Owen Logan trying to go up ahead to High. Now that pass just had too much traffic in the way. And covering at the other end again is Puhala. Now next up for the NA Tigers, they're hosting Upper St. Clair. That should be a very good one as well on November 9th. 9:10 puck drop at the Barrel Complex in Warrendale. Central Catholic played its last 3 games on the road, winning one of those 3. Or winning 2 of those 3, I should say, as Puhala covers again for a face-off in Vikings territory. And 4 of their next 5 for the Vikings, including this game, is inside the friendly confines of the Alpha Complex, but they will be on the road for their next game. That's Central Catholic at Peters Township next Tuesday night. That'll be a 9 p.m. face-off on 10-band TV and Peters Hockey TV, providing the simulcast. And if you're at the Princecap Arena at South Point, you'll be able to watch the game live at Bubba's Restaurant. Pleased to add that wrinkle to our South Hills hockey coverage this year. Brock Murphy putting it off a Central Catholic body as this puck comes all the way into NA territory, and Long coming way off the line to play it. As Daly gets it out in front for Gesso. Gesso couldn't handle the pass. The shot from the one knee of Nate Cox is blocked, and Kerber comes over the line for North Allegheny. This puck directed wide of goal by Jackman. Near side Aaron Daly for Central Catholic. For Sarkis. Sarkis goes after his own dump in with help from Jay Donahue. Daly to the point for Nate Cox. Cox, snapshot, deflected just wide. I think Long might have gotten a piece of that one. Beg your pardon. Cox down low for Daly. Daly out in front. That shot partially blocked. Bouncing puck. Kerber off the boards back to center for Evan Perrott. Perrott one-on-one with Nate Cox. Perrott's backhander. Save made. Puhala accidentally knocked his own net off the moorings. Officials will let them play on here as NA couldn't get an extra scoring chance out of the sequence. Luke Wilkoskis with a steal now for the Tigers. Wilkoskis couldn't get around Cox, who's harassing him all the way toward goal. Under 10 to go in regulation. 4-1 Tigers leading Central Catholic. NA has to tag up here. And a steal by Brendan White. White with space, left wing side. Shooting and a save made by Puhala, cutting down the angle. Slap shot from the point. Bianchin. That caught a piece of somebody as it was headed toward the glove hand of the Central Catholic goaltender. Wilkoskis from one knee. Slaps it into Central Catholic ice. And Nate Cox and Wilkoskis getting tied up. And Cox broke his stick and a chance down low. And a goal! Ed Shearer thinking out loud to make it 5-1 North Allegheny. .9:19 remaining, third period. And what a sophomore season Shearer has had to start. 5 goals in 5 games for the varsity newcomer. Again, so many talented players on that roster for Andrew Cease, who just lost out on the numbers game last year. That was a deep North Allegheny team last year, and now that so many players have moved on, so many unfamiliar faces are getting their chance to contribute in new places. And Shearer is one of them. Once again, his 5th goal of the regular season and a 5th goal tonight for North Allegheny. And the Tigers have really taken command in this third period. Joyson up ahead for Fritz. North Allegheny trying to make a statement on the road here against last year's second-ranked team in the AAA division during the regular season. On the doorstep, it's fired off the body of Puhala and out of play by Jake Fritz. And Fritz giving a who me to Central Catholic's Billy George Jr. as cooler heads prevail. And off the face-off, Dorsch, who has a goal in this third period, put it off a Central Catholic body. Locchiato unable to get it on goal from right point, but he cuts off this lead pass on the back check. And up ahead it comes to Serqua. Serqua bumped hard off the puck by Jay Donahue. Tigers recover, and they have it down low. And Quan High, far corner. Out in front, that pass too heavy for Dorsch. And Quan High in the corner, ducking around a check, trying to get it up to Noah Logan at the point. Instead, the play is reversed to Serqua. Serqua unable to hang on to that puck as the Vikings bring it up to center. Moline on one hand, drags it over the NA blue line. Drop pass, propelled toward goal, and a save made there off the distant shot by Oakwat. And Quan High pokes it around a man and goes after his own chip in. Tigers changing behind the play as Central Catholic comes back to center ice. Puck put to the corner by Donahue. Tigers reverse the play defensively. That pass to Jackman misfired. Vikings trying to come up with a turnover, but they can't, and North Allegheny has numbers. Jackman right wing side. Jackman, shot pass, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Evan Kerber with an exclamation point. Tigers 6, Vikings 1, 7:21 remaining, third period. A 4-goal third period by the visitors. And the Vikings get their last man on for the faceoff. That's Jack Marcello, and we're back to action. Brock Murphy, that lead pass a little too strong for Kerber. So Kerber now up to 5 goals on the campaign. And he's scored some big ones the last couple years for the Tigers. He would have the game winner if this score holds up, if the Vikings cannot get another before the night is out. North Allegheny leading Central Catholic 6-1, 4 goals once again in this third period by the NA Tigers. Kerber now with 5 goals in his last 3 PIHL games, so he's starting to heat up for Andrew Cease's club. Jackman, and that pass cut off by Barofi at the boards. Near side it comes to Ravi Desai. Kerber lets it go to Brendan White. White, Walkoskis, and Shearer. That line very productive tonight for the visitors as NA is offside. Anthony DeRazio scoring 14 seconds into this game for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And on paper, at least, it's been all NA since. Central Catholic ahead after that first period of play, but the Tigers have opened the floodgates here as time ticks away in Harmarville. Bianchin puts it off a Central Catholic glove. Donahue settles it down and gets it up to center. And White plays it at the blue line for North Allegheny as it ping-pongs off a couple of skates and comes back to center. And we get a whistle and a stoppage in play behind the play. I think we might get a hand pass called here. In any event, the faceoff coming outside the Central Catholic blue line with 5:36 remaining in regulation. And a lead pass to Joyson. Joyson shooting, save made, rebound, score. Joyson set him up. Jake Fritz knocked him down. North Allegheny 7, Central Catholic 1. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. Jake Fritz with his first varsity goal. Five in this third period, and 7 unanswered by the North Allegheny Tigers. And with 5:20 to go in regulation, it's played up to Jake Fritz, who stays on for the ensuing faceoff. Joyson for Desai, trying to center it again for Fritz, and counterattacking for Central was Berthold. Berthold under pressure from behind, drew a penalty. And the Vikings will get a late power play and at least try to save a little bit of face here with time ticking away in regulation. Vikings going on the PP for the second time in this hockey game. Holding the indication against the younger of the Logans, Noah, the sophomore D-man. Central 0 for 1 on the man advantage thus far. To the corner and up to the point, just outside the zone. Donahue unable to keep it in. It's been that kind of night for the Central Catholic Vikings. Tigers send it the length of the ice. And here comes Donahue. Near side for Sarkis. Sarkis to the corner. In pursuit, Josh Moline. Around the boards near side for Oakwat. Oakwat thought about going to Sarkis instead. It's one time just wide by Donahue. And a hard hit up high on one of the Tigers. That was Murphy getting the worst of that knock from Oakwat. Oakwat parking himself in front of the net as the Vikings continue to work on the power play with 1:10 to go on the minor penalty to Noah Logan. But Kerber's pressing shorthanded for the Tigers, and he forces a save from PIHL as the Vikings give it away to Dorsch. Dorsch forces another save from Thomas PIHL. Now the penalty being announced as hooking. I saw the official indicate holding. Potato. 40 seconds to go in this Viking man advantage. 3:45 to go in the third period as Nate Cox sends it to Aaron Daly. Daly cross ice for Moline. Moline cross ice for Daly. Daly snapshot, save made, and a penalty coming up as one of the Vikings was taken down right in front of the net. And the Tigers are going to be shorthanded by 2 men as getting shaken up on the play is Jake Oakwat. Oakwat on his stomach. And he will get some medical attention here with 3:30 to go. And the clock stopped in third period play. So Central Catholic will have 25 seconds of 5-on-3 time with which to work. But that obviously the least of their concerns at the moment, as Oakwat is now on his knees and talking to the on-duty EMT. And Oakwat stumbles a bit as he's helped up by Sarkis. And oh boy. Oakwat being helped off the ice by his captain, Nate Cox, and by Aaron Daly. And Oakwat, we can only presume, is going to go into concussion protocol here, as he is having trouble keeping his balance, unfortunately, as he is helped off the ice. Well, that hit he took right in front of the net, in front of NA goaltender Andrew Long, was a hard one. And he landed right on his back, it seemed like, and then just sort of flipped over. Officials right on top of it calling the penalty, and I think Andrew Cease right now wants to know why it wasn't more than a 2-minute penalty. And there's something of a hush falling over the proceedings here, as we hope Jake Oakwat is all right in due time. Once again, Central Catholic getting a 2-man power play in any event as a result. And it looks like there will be an additional penalty of some kind, as Jake Fritz is the 3rd man in the North Allegheny penalty box. It's going to be a 2 and a 10, I think, for a hit from behind. Near side it comes to Brophy. Brophy, center point to Cox. Vikings working in between the circles. Down low it comes, and it's steered aside by PIHL. They were trying to find Billy George in front of the net. Final seconds of the 2-man power play. Snapshot by Brophy is blocked. Right in front it comes. Bouncing puck. Score! Billy George, the junior, gets on the board for the first time in 23-24. So the Vikings do take advantage of the 5-on-3 with just 2 seconds to spare. As Noah Logan takes the proverbial skate of shame, it's a 7-2 game with 3:07 to play, period 3. So 1:35 remaining now in the conventional power play for Pittsburgh Central Catholic as they chip away here late, and the Vikings enter the zone offside. Well, barring the kind of miracle that even the diocese hasn't seen, I'm sure. Buzzer accidentally sounding as we had a stoppage in play called for by the scorers table, but things seem to be okay now. To finish my thought, North Allegheny is going to go to 4-1 on the regular season, so they will break up that 3rd place tie in Class AAA for the time being. Central Catholic will slip to 3-2 on the regular season. So many teams in AAA with either 3 or 4 regular season wins through that first month of play. And AAA, once again this year, seems like whichever team you look at, there's just never going to be an easy game for anybody. And Central Catholic learning that the hard way perhaps this evening. Andrew Long covering for a face-off with 56 to go in the Viking power play. Face-off will come to the North Allegheny seniors' right, it appears. Now next week on 10 Band TV, we will see you on the island for a doubleheader on Monday night. McDowell at Montour, Kiski area, the Single A Penguins Cup champs at West Allegheny at 7:15 and 9:15 respectively. This puck sent out of play. And Brian Mitchell will be back on the Pittsburgh Hockey Digest channel on 10 Band TV on November 16th. Right here in Harmarville at the Alpha Complex. Bishop McCourt at Fox Chapel, 7 o'clock. Sewickley Academy back again in the PIHL at Deer Lakes for the 9 p.m. nightcap. And special thanks again to Brian Mitchell and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest for jumping in place of our executive producer, Todd Kazarowski. Todd will be back with us again for week 6. And we look forward to reconvening on the island this approaching Monday night as the back end of the 5-on-3 advantage has come and gone now. The team's back to equal strength in the final minute 25 of play. Near side it comes to Locchiato. Locchiato cross-ice pass to Logan Serqua. Serqua played it off a Central Catholic stick as the clock winds under a minute in period 3. Aiden Morgano gets crossed up with one of his own men. That's Moline at the NA blue line. And the lead pass now to Nquan High. Nquan High over the blue line. Tries to drag it around Nate Cox. Easier said than done. Bianchin retreating. Noah Logan. And now Logan Serqua getting involved verbally with one of the Vikings. That's Morgano. 30 to go in this game. Moline unable to chip it around Bianchin as it comes on goal and it's snatched by Andrew Long. North Allegheny with 18 shots through 2 periods. Central Catholic came into this third period with 10, and they've only been credited with 1 on goal so far, and that was a goal by Billy George on the 5-on-3 advantage. "15 seconds to go. Fritz, who had the last tally for NA, gets it deep. Nate Cox, Central captain, chips it out in front. Logan, cross ice. There's your buzzer, and the Tigers are king on this Thursday night in Harmarville. Hockey hugs for senior Andrew Long, 16 saves to pick up victory number 3 in as many efforts on the young season. And North Allegheny has won 4 of its first 5 to begin the regular campaign as they climb toward the top of the PIHL Class 3A standings. Your final score here tonight in our nightcap: North Allegheny Tigers 7, Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 2. Thank you, Brian Mitchell of Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Thank you for watching and listening all night long to Berg Hockey Night Live on 10 Band TV, presented by PhD. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township.